GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Milk Mist Premium Ice Cream.
In that phase, I have gone through a lot of mental depression / anxiety / panic attacks. I have gone through therapy. I've made my son go through therapy. And I say this out loudly. Last time, I think I was broken in pieces because I didn't deserve it then as well. Like, I want to say it out.
Absolutely.
I was broken in pieces. This time, somebody came with a hammer and smashed that I don't even know where to start from. He told me that his wife never lived with him, but she always did. I didn't know that. Like, I hear the word gold digger and I laugh. He works as an employee in a company. Doesn't have a house. The company pays the rent. He pays a little. His cars are provided by the company. So this whole idea of people, you're a gold digger. Where's the gold? What are you talking? Why would you travel for 20 days if I was so controlling and mean and you were scared for your daughter? Actually, मुझे assure किया गया था कि और legal proper lawyer के letterhead में कि हम इसको ऑनर करेंगे, अडॉप्शन भी होगा, रजिस्ट्रेशन भी होगा, बिल्कुल. अब ये कंडीशन है हमारे उनकी एक्स वाइफ की वजह से या जो भी कोर्ट केस में जो प्रॉब्लम होती है, थोड़ा डिले हो गया तो डिक्री आ जाएगी. मैं तो श्योर थी. मैंने तो उनकी एक्स वाइफ को भी फ़ोन करके पूछा था कि सुनो, डू यू वांट टू कम बैक एट एनी कॉस्ट? शी सेड नो, आई हैव साइंड द डिवोर्स, आई डोंट वांट टू कम. The way he acted out, you know, whether it was splashing his girlfriend, whether now also splashing his ring, or putting a statement, I'm throwing your things, or the charity, or it's not a marriage, it's a this, and my daughter, you didn't take the consent, so child abuse, because मैंने marriage video डाला है. The way he's acted out, one after the other, I have retaliated. I'll completely own that. That was my only choice, honestly, that time. It just, I feel so ashamed that I trusted somebody like that.
Did he cheat on you when you were in Kenya?
I had glimpses of the fact that I probably had suspicion, like he had a thing of keeping the mobile like that, and I used to be like, what are you doing? And he would give me everything was clean, so I didn't see anything. And I see it and I'm like, is this my husband with another girl? What? His family members are using abusive words. His girlfriend is messaging me, I'm going to sue you. And I'm like, please sue me. See, with my ex also, there is zero communication since about a year or maybe more. He hasn't really reached out or asked, so I don't have any communication.
He has never reached out in the last 1 year, even to meet Jaden?
No.
They say that women are built to be powerful, to be strong. But when a woman turns a mother, and a ferocious one at that, they become even more powerful. And today I'm sitting with a person who's not just a woman, a mother, an actor, but also the beacon of strength to many voiceless women out there, because she has had the power in her and the strength in her and the bravado in her to share her story with the world. Dalljiet Kaur joins me for a conversation only on Galatta, India. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, ma'am.
I know that, you know, बहुत टाइम से ऐसा हो रहा था जहाँ पे आपकी ज़िंदगी में बहुत कुछ हो रहा था. And I remember that I was shocked when the whole news broke out. And I just messaged you that, you know, I know you're not okay, but whenever you feel that you're ready to speak, I'm there for you. And Dalljiet, does it hurt you that today as a woman, you've had to amplify your voice so much more to feel heard? Was there a point where you felt कि जब कोई मेरी सुन नहीं रहा, कोई मेरी मान नहीं रहा, more than that?
Yeah, you know, it's not about a woman or a man. In these past 10 months, I have been reached out to by men as much as women.
Yeah.
And I have understood one fact. It is not about women are wrong or men are wrong. Of course, शादी है तो लड़की ही गलत होगी. अरे आदमी ने ही मारा होगा. औरतें भी मार रही. Let's get that straight. It has nothing to do with a man or a woman. Whoever is doing wrong should be punished, whether it's by God, law, / karma / whatever. And whoever is at the receiving end should speak up.
and should be heard.
Period. What audience, whether it's a troller audience, whether it's whatever, doesn't matter. Speak up. It's liberating.
But how did you keep it all within yourself for so many months? Were there moments where you, being a public figure, you couldn't show out your vulnerabilities and your inner battles to the world, where you were dealing with a lot within?
You know, initially, so it started much earlier, much before I came here, much before. A lot of things were happening. I was always in touch with my family. This time I had learned that I'm going to share everything, because previously I had not shared anything, because मुझे कहा गया था एक चुप सौ सुख, और वो गलत फहमी मेरे में बैठ गई थी कि जो भी हो रहा है सहन करो. But I took it for years last time I was in. This time I was in touch with my family. I was telling them, we all were confused because it was not making sense on so many levels. But there came a point where I decided that no, this is so wrong, you know. And keeping it to myself, I think I've kept it to myself only to that level till the time I was not being nudged. The moment I was poked, I was retaliating, but in my own safety of the house and Instagram. I didn't want to meet you, or I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to meet anybody for, 10, 11 months. It's so easy, you know. Like, I'm not saying I'm a big star. Everybody's a star today. It's not a big deal at all.
True.
But I could have reached out to you कि नयन चल मुझे बोलना है, मुझे नहीं करना था. But in my safety, I wanted to retaliate. There was a girl, a wife in me who wanted. So all I was doing was retaliating on the stories. You know, I was doing all of that. But in that phase, I have gone through a lot of mental depression / anxiety / panic attacks. I have gone through therapy. I've made my son go through therapy. And I say this out loudly, again, for a reason that this needs to be normalized.
Absolutely.
When somebody says, "Arey yaar, kya ho gaya hai? Usne move on kiya, tu bhi karna." It doesn't work like that. I want to cry. I want to become fat. I want to be 8 kgs up. I want to have my arms showing right now. I don't care. I'm going through shit. I'm going to look like shit. Tomorrow I feel better. You'll see my chisels self back. Right now I feel shit. I've put on a lot of makeup to look normal. But it's a fact. And I want to normalize the fact that I went through therapy. I did. I needed it. My God, I needed it. I didn't know, because one was I didn't know what was happening. क्यों हो रहा है? ये क्या बात हुई? ये क्या? Like, I was in that thing of what the hell is going on? And every time something was being done, I was just like pouncing like a cat, you know. But I was going through a lot, you know. And now I'm in a place where I'm okay to sit like this. So that is an achievement by itself, whether somebody likes it or not. But I feel I've come a long way already.
But you know, it took you so many years to just come to the terms of falling in love again.
Yeah.
And letting somebody love you.
Yeah.
Because I remember the last time we had a conversation, you had spoken to me that after your previous experience, there was a point where you didn't believe in love.
Yeah.
And that you felt the only love that you had was towards your family and towards your son, right? To have your heart broken after that, when it was already in pieces and you were putting it together, did this time hurt more than the previous one?
You know, this is a quote that I'm almost telling, like, people who know me have spoken this, that last time I think I was broken in pieces because I didn't deserve it then as well. Like, I want to say it out.
Absolutely.
I was broken in pieces. This time somebody came with a hammer and smashed that I don't even know where to start from, which is just, it's like, I know you're going through shit and I come and splash something more on you. Like, you're anyways going through shit. Let me fight a battle of my own size. Karna hi hai na kisi aur ke saath. Why me? Because I'm a soft target, I get it. Clearly get it. But why? It was not required. You have kids, I have kids. Come on. The world is your place. Clearly you don't like India. But why? I don't understand.
But when did it all start? Like, when did you feel that love? When did you first meet? When did you both first meet? And when did you first feel that, no, this is the person I can take that step with? Because I know how protective you are of Jaden. And I have seen that child. He's extremely protective of his mother. Because at Ankita's wedding, I've seen how he was caring for you, you know, being a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
I just want to know that, what made you feel like, okay, this is somebody who I want to spend my life with?
You know, there's one line that I kept telling that time when I was in love, that, "Arey yaar, ladkiyon ka baap hai. Kuch galat thodi na karega yaar." There were a couple of red flags that we thought are red flags and we contemplated, nahi yaar, you know. But everybody I used to say कि यार लड़कियों का बाप है यार, eventually कुछ गलत नहीं करेगा, जोड़ तोड़ करके सीख जाएंगे. वो भी आधी उम्र जी चुका, मैं भी जी चुकी हुई है. He's a 45-46-year-old man, I'm a 41-42-year-old woman. We are not in our 20s. अरे यार एक गर्लफ्रेंड गई, दूसरी आ गई, दूसरी गई, तीसरी. You don't expect that in your age. And the fact that I was told he was craving for family, he was craving for a wholesome family, which I have lived that void. He तो never had that void. He told me that his wife never lived with him, but she always did. I didn't know that. But I thought he was living in that void too. But when I started living in that thing of maybe now I'll have a complete family, it was very exciting.
But Daljit, your story, your past, everybody knows because you have been an actor, you've been a public figure in India.
Yeah.
And even outside, he, of course, knew where you were coming from. What were the things that you were told about his life, which eventually turned out to be like lies, and when did you find that?
Everything. Like the way he has acted out in every single situation that could have handled with so much pride and dignity and affection. I left everything. I'm not saying I was a princess of some. No, I was barely managing in a rented house, doing my thing, but I was in a very safety net that I'd created over the years. I had my maid I knew will never harm my child. I had a driver who could take safely because, you know, with men also,
Yeah.
you're very scared your
Yeah.
young one going, especially boys these days.
Yeah.
But I was in that protective net that, okay, and my parents are there. I'd created that over years. You know, for that to be dismantled, for whatever hallucination you had of me, or I don't know what it was, you have destroyed everything. For what? And then be the dignified person to keep, because I loved then, I loved when I went, there was respect then, I respected then. I took care of it. Like I left everything for what? Two people, literally. Those two human beings जिसके चक्कर में मैंने पूरी जिंदगी अपनी पलट के वहाँ पहुँच गई. All it required was respect and love. You
But
know,
जैसे आपने बोला कि अभी आपको पता नहीं था कि उनकी पहली पत्नी उनके साथ नहीं रहती, तो पता कब चला? ऐसे कौन से झूठ थे जो आपको पता चलने
so
लगे?
over the months, तो पता चलने लगी गया था. lot of things like the way he would react, the way he was handling, the way he was treating Jade, and so many things. I don't want to get into that, but definitely there was no like I hear the word gold digger and I laugh. He works as an employee in a company, and I'm saying this on a very categorically level for women and men to know who say, ये तो gold digger है, अब ये case करेगी, इसको करोड़. Okay, so one, he is working in a company, reputed company, and I love the people who work there. Very, very nice, very fine company actually. Works in that company as an employee. Doesn't have a house. The company pays the rent. He pays a little. His cars are provided by the company. Everything is how a job goer would have. Plus, he had 2 kids. I was not mistaken about the fact that my son is the third. So this whole idea of people, you're a gold digger, where's the gold? What are you talking? I went there thinking I'm going to get a family. And I was super excited. And I'm not going to apologize to be happy. I was like a child. I was like a 15-year-old child. I was so excited. I have a family. I wake up to saying bye to my kids. I don't have to go work. I have to just say bye to my kids. It was so exciting. And I've lived that for whatever little that it was worth. And it just broke on so many levels that it just is so unfair.
You know, you also said this, that there were moments where you felt like the treatment that was given to Jaden, right? Unfortunately, even when you have your own kids and then you go into a family where you're married to somebody with their own set of kids, it can happen, right? You being so protective of Jaden, how did you react? Did you initially try to explain to Jaden? Because the first time it happened to you, when you were walking out of a marriage, Jaden was really small to understand.
Yeah.
Today, Jaden understands everything and he was also fiercely protective of you, right? So then how did you manage that?
You know, पता नहीं, it's probably a very Indian thing to say कि आप जब अगर if you come to my house, suppose for a few days, or you're here and I've invited you, I will do more to make you comfortable and welcomed बिकॉज आई एम तो इन माई कम्फर्ट ना, मैं तो
Yeah.
अपने घर में हूँ, मैं वही खाना खा रही हूँ, वही किचन से अपना कप ले रही हूँ, वही चाय पी रही हूँ. बट इफ यू आर कमिंग टू माई हाउस बिकॉज आई हैव इन्वाइटेड यू, सो आई विल गो आउट ऑफ माई वे. यार नयन ठीक है क्या, मैं बेडशीट ठीक है क्या, ये कंफर्टेबल है क्या, अच्छा तुझे जितने बजे उठना है तू बोल. लाइक एंड आई एम नॉट सेइंग टू बी एनीथिंग ड्रामेटिकली ग्रेट, बट आई थिंक ये ऑब्वियस है, शायद इंडियन कल्चर में होता है. जब हम किसी को भी इन्वाइट करते हैं हम उनके बारे में ज़्यादा सोचते हैं. सपोज यू कम टू माई हाउस एंड नेक्स्ट डे आई गिव यू अ होल थिंग ऑफ हमारे घर में ये है, ये रूल है, ये है, ऐसा होगा, ऐसा होगा, ऐसा होगा, एंड यू लाइक व्हाट आपने अनपैक भी नहीं किया और आपको रूल्स रेगुलेशंस वो सब बताए जाए. एंड अगेन द पॉइंट इज नॉट दैट. आई एम मोर देन हैप्पी कि किसी के उसमें ढलूं. आई ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि जो मैं जेडन को प्यार करती हूँ, मैं दूसरे ही महीने नहीं बोल सकती कि मैं आरी को एग्जैक्टली सेम करती थी. नहीं, शी वाज समबडी एल्सेस चाइल्ड. बट मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आरी की तरफ ज़्यादा थी क्योंकि वो किसी और का बच्चा है एंड मैं गई हूँ वहाँ, तो आई हैव टू टॉक नाइसली, आई हैव टू टेक केयर, आई हैव टू यू नो कहीं रात, क्योंकि ही यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल, तो उसका ध्यान रखना है, वो टाइम पे आ रही है कि नहीं, किसको मिल रही है, डेंटिस्ट के पास जा रही है, आई विल गो यू नो. एंड कोई मैं बहुत महान काम नहीं कर रही, कोई भी मदर ऐसा करेगी, बट जितना मैं जेडन को देखूंगी उससे कई गुना ज़्यादा आई विल ट्राई एंड मेक हर कंफर्टेबल. हाँ, दैट लव ग्रोज. किसी दिन शायद मैं बोल पाती, विच इज़ वॉट माई प्रेयर वॉज, दैट दे आर यू नो. बट मैं डिफ्रेंशिएट या अलग नहीं ट्रीट करती कि अरे ऐसे नहीं करती. सो दैट वॉज प्रॉबेबली द प्रॉब्लम फ्रॉम द डे वन. आई डोंट वॉन्ट टू गेट इन टू द डिटेल्स, बट it broke my heart to see that humanity didn't exist. The things I was fighting for, and there are a lot of people who lived that journey with me there. और मैं केन्या में जो लोग हैं जो घर आते थे, they used to see, and they know whether today they want to be in somebody's good book and not say it, but they all saw it, and they all had this question that speak up. I said, sure. पर it just breaks my heart कि ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए किसी को नहीं लड़ाई करनी चाहिए. I would have loved to fight over something bigger and more like, you know, basic level पे नहीं होना चाहिए.
बट जब आप एक तरफ से बोल रही है कि इट वाज योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू मेक हर फील कंफर्टेबल, देयर हैव बीन एलिगेशन जहाँ पे बोला गया है कि यू वर फोर्सिंग योरसेल्फ अपॉन somebody and you were trying to like control somebody almost to that level. What would you have to say to that?
Why would you travel for 20 days if I was so controlling and mean and you were scared for your daughter? Please don't travel, man. And if that was your job profile, you should have had somebody else stay with me, call your parents if I was so mean or slash whatever. आप 20-20 दिन किसके बलबूते, 20 दिन, मैं 18-20 दिन की बात करूँ, अब किसके बलबूते छोड़ के जा रहे हो? मैंने ऊंची आवाज़ में आज तक जेडन से बात नहीं की, उसको भी मैं डांटती हूँ तो वो हंस देता है. मैं डांटती हूँ ऐसा नहीं है, आई एम वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट विद जेडन. ये तो पता है बहुत ही, क्या बोलूँ, इसका तो कोई एक्सप्लेनेशन भी देना ही मतलब इट्स सो ओछा कि मैं इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन देना भी नहीं चाहती. एंड द सो कॉल्ड एलिगेशन इज सो ब्यूटिफुली, like I would love to give some allegations someday, but मैंने जब मेरे पहले मैरिज में भी जो हुआ था उसकी डिटेल्स आज तक मैंने कभी किसी को नहीं बताया. You have known me for how many years?
Yeah, it's true.
15 years plus. Yeah. I've been in this industry giving how many interviews?
That's true.
And how many times I would have been angry. कभी तो मेरा करियर भी फेल हो रहा होगा, मैं बहुत गुस्से में होंगी, मुझे बोलने का दिल, कभी बोला नहीं बोला. क्यों नहीं बोला? बिकॉज बच्चे इन्वॉल्व है, जेडन इन्वॉल्व है. तो आज भी मैं वही डिग्निटी से बैठी हूँ कि मैं डिटेल्स अगर मैंने दे दी तो वोंट बी ग्रेट. एंड इट्स नॉट कि हाँ शी इज़ थ्रेटनिंग, अब मतलब वर्ड से खेल लो, पर ये सच बात है. इट्स स्टिल हियर टू टेल यू, बट आई विल नॉट. और अगर इट्स जस्ट सैड, तो मत छोड़ो ना. अगर मैं इतनी डेंजरस या व्हाटएवर थी तो आप 18 दिन ट्रैवल कर रहे हो, क्यों?
But was it his lifestyle even before he married you?
100%.
Then who was the one taking care of the kids at home?
Me.
No, when he was not married to you.
His wife. When he told me first time that he introduced me that he's so and so, the first voice note he ever, where he's introduced himself to me on a voice note on a WhatsApp, telling about him, this. His voice note states that his wife never lived with him. She lives in US. and she's coming back to Kenya to pick up the younger kid क्योंकि कोर्ट अलाउ नहीं कर रहा है, सॉरी अलाउ कर रहा है छोटे बच्चे को, ऑब्वियसली क्योंकि छोटे बच्चे को हमेशा नहीं. But the fact is that the wife was staying right there.
So you were not there. You didn't meet the third child,
No,
his second
I
kid.
didn't. No, because they had signed the divorce and they had taken the kids. So no.
But tell me something, Daljit. When you are talking from your perspective, do you somewhere feel were you informed that he was not divorced legally before you got married?
Yeah. So on that. So first, I'd like to ask you a counter question. Then I'll answer you that because this is something that's why I'm sitting here. Do you think were you there at the wedding?
No.
No.
But I
was
knew.
Somebody you knew. But no, let me not use the word. What did you guys were you guys invited for a cultural event or was it a wedding? जो मेरा और उसका एक cultural event हुआ. What do you term as?
It's wedding only.
Why? Did you
Because
see my register? You didn't even see I was registered or not.
But I
Why
saw the whole video and I saw the.
I didn't show you my legality of it. I didn't show you my registration. Why were you calling me Mrs. Patel? Why were you calling me married? Why were you guys writing wife of so and so? मैंने registration तो दिखाया नहीं.
Because didn't you guys put out those posts together as well and
of what?
Of the wedding, of the marriage.
No, but did I show you any documents?
No.
Did I show you whether I was registered? But why did you assume that I was married?
Because I think you were married. I saw the videos and I saw the whole hashtag and everything, you being so happy, and I've seen those vlogs.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, I'm pretty sure.
So you would think I could qualify to be a wife?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And that was a wedding. Like in Indian ceremonies, that is how weddings happen. Like वही ट्रेडिशनल, हर किसी का ट्रेडिशन अलग होता है. जैसे मैं बंगाली हूँ, हमारे वहाँ पे एक तरीके से शादी होती है. महाराष्ट्रियंस में कुछ अलग तरीके से होती है, साउथ इंडियंस में कुछ अलग तरीके से, पंजाबियों में कुछ अलग तरीके से. बट शादी देख के समझ तो आ जाती है कि ये शादी है या शादी नहीं है.
तो वो जो गुजराती white and red and sindoor and फेरा and कन्यादान and kapda utna and let me go back to what Gadbandhan, all of that happens in a wedding, no?
Yeah.
Okay, that we are clear. Not because I'm telling you. I'm not putting words in your mouth.
No,
right?
absolutely.
Okay. So putting that aside, let's go back to the fact that when we were dating, he told me the divorce is being signed. That time the thing was going on because she wanted something, he wanted, jo bhi hota hai. Then the day the divorce got signed, he told me the divorce was signed not being contested by the wife, which means उस लीगल जो कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया कि भैया तुम्हारा डिवोर्स साइन हो चुका है तुम दोनों का, अब तुम दोनों ये कंडीशंस है, ये छोटी बेटी को ले जा सकती हैं, आप बड़ी बेटी को रखिए, आप महीने का इतना देंगे, जो भी कंडीशंस है वो लीगली डिसाइड हो गया है. उसने भी साइन किया, यस, इसने भी साइन किया, ओके, दीज टर्म्स आई एग्री. ऑन दैट नोट शी टुक द फ्लाइट टू द अदर कॉन्टिनेंट, यूएस चली गई वो अपनी बेटी को लेकर. ये इनकी बेटी इनके साथ रहना चाहती थी, तो स्टेड हियर. When I came in the picture, I was told exactly this, that divorce हो गया है, डिक्री आ जाएगी, डिक्री के बाद आप रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं अपनी वेडिंग. And when we were actually quite doubtful about this कि डिक्री आएगी तो उसके बाद रजिस्ट्रेशन होगी, तो they gave me a letter from the lawyer saying we are assuring you. जो अश्योरेंस था आज वो डिक्लेरेशन बन चुका है कि हमने तो डिक्लेयर किया था, बट एक्चुअली मुझे अश्योर किया गया था कि, और लीगल प्रॉपर लॉयर के लेटर हेड में, कि हम इसको ऑनर करेंगे, अडॉप्शन भी होगा, रजिस्ट्रेशन भी होगा, बिल्कुल. अब ये कंडीशन है, हमारे उनकी एक्स वाइफ की वजह से या जो भी कोर्ट केस में जो प्रॉब्लम होती है, थोड़ा डिले हो गया तो डिक्री आ जाएगी. तो तब मुझे 2 महीने का था, करते करते व्हाटएवर हो गया. तो मुझे ये अश्योर किया गया था, जो आज ऑब्वियसली लीगली बड़े स्मार्टली ट्विस्ट करके उसको बोला जाए हमने तो डिक्लेयर किया था भाई कि डिक्री नहीं आई है, लेकिन मुद्दा वो है ही नहीं. मैं तो श्योर थी, मैंने तो उनकी एक्स वाइफ को भी फ़ोन करके पूछा था कि सुनो, डू यू वांट टू कम बैक एट एनी कॉस्ट? शी सेड नो, आई हैव साइंड द डिवोर्स, आई डोंट वांट टू कम बैक. आई सेड ओके. सो माय क्वेश्चन गोज टू द होल ऑथेंटिसिटी ऑफ व्हाई वुड यू गेट मैरिड देन इफ यू आर सो दिस थिंग कि तो था ही नहीं, ये नहीं था. तो कल्चरल इवेंट क्या होता है? ये मैंने शायद इंडिया में पहली बार सुना होगा, या
मैंने भी नहीं सुना है ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग.
क्या है कल्चरल इवेंट? मतलब बर्थडे पार्टी
तो हम कहीं जाते हैं, बट कल्चरल इवेंट के लिए कोई शादी थोड़ी कर लेते हैं.
करेक्ट, हम इवेंट करते. मैं तो कह रही हूँ बहुत अच्छा, हमारा पैसा भी बचता. बहुत अच्छी बात होती, जाते शैम्पेन वैम्पेन खोलते, शादी नहीं करते सॉरी, एक इवेंट करते, उसमें सिंदूर लगाने का चूड़ा 4 महीने मैंने क्यों पहन के रखा? मैं करवा चौथ में, कल करवा चौथ था पिछले साल में, भूखी बैठी हूँ, आप मेरे से 11:30 बजे रात को बात कर, क्यों कर रहे हो ये सब? मैं तो हम तो मैरिज है ही नहीं। आप मैरिज कर भी रहे हो, फॉलो भी कर रहे हो, फिर ये तो कन्वीनियंस है, या जो भी अभी लीगली दैट्स हिज ओनली वे आउट, और व्हाटएवर ही इज ट्राइंग टू सेव हिमसेल्फ, बट द पॉइंट इज इट्स वेरी ओछा, it's very low, like under the belt. And like I think whether it is God who will do the justice first, whether it's legal system who does the justice first, or one day he only gets the recognition of, shit man, why did I do this to them? And it's just not me and my son. I have my dad, I have my mom, I have my sisters, I have my whole friend circle who were crying at my bidai. अगर मैं इवेंट ही करने वाली थी तो कोई रो थोड़ी ना रहा होता, बोलते इवेंट करके जा रही है यार, चिल। मैं तो छोड़ छाड़ के गई थी, मैं तो अपना घर सब कुछ छोड़ के गई थी. सो इट्स दैट, एंड इट्स जस्ट वेरी yeah.
You know, I interviewed Shweta Tiwari a few months ago, जहाँ पे ये बात हुई थी हमारी, और उसमें भी उन्होंने आपका नाम नहीं लिया, बट ऑफ कोर्स उन्होंने एक चीज़ बोली जो बहुत ही सही चीज़ है कि आज एंड तब आपके बारे में बहुत जजमेंट हो रहा था. देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रोलिंग, देयर वाज अ लॉट ऑफ शेमिंग एंड ऑल दीज लेबल्स दैट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, गोल्ड डिगर्स, XYZ, सब कुछ आ रहा था.
न्यू वंस आर ऑलरेडी बीइंग टाइप, क्योंकि वहाँ पे PR हायर हो चुके हैं ना. अंडरस्टैंड, आई हैव नॉट वन बट 2 PRs नाउ वर्किंग. अभी चल रहा होगा, बताओ.
बट शी हैड सेड समथिंग दैट ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि अगर किसी के एक रिश्ता नहीं चला है और दूसरी बार भी रिश्ता नहीं चला है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि लड़की में ही इशू है, किसी में भी हो सकता है. शी सेड दैट it's not fair to say that the लड़का is wrong or the लड़की is wrong, but she has also been through that, right? 2 of her marriages also didn't work out, and second one was abusive in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what happens is whenever you speak to women or whether anybody tries to share their side of the story and they have faced something similar, तो बोला जाता है कि अरे दूसरी बार इसकी शादी टूटी है तो इसी में कुछ खराबी होगी. Do you feel, first of all, how do you take this? Like, does that bother you? Do you feel like a lot of times people have that notion about you, which is why they completely overlook what you've gone through maybe?
100%. ये तो हम उस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं तो कोई बहुत बड़ा वो है नहीं. 100%. आप लड़की हो, अरे आप नहीं संभाल पाए यार, वापस आ गई है. Now those things don't matter to me because उनको पता ही नहीं. And it's not girls. My shock in these 11 months are that men have gone through this. Men have been deprived of custody, have been beaten up, have been abused verbally, physically. Men have also gone through this. And if whether they retaliated, so you know, the one thing that I would like to say, so take 2 was something that I was very proud of.
Yeah.
I was very proud reaching out to all those women also जो डरते हैं, या men कि नहीं यार दूसरी बार नहीं, and I was shit scared, you know it.
Yeah.
तो take 2 was a terminology given with lot of faith कि दूसरी बार कर रहे हैं यार. पहली बार कई बार टेक ना सही नहीं होता है, दूसरी बार सही हो जाता है, क्योंकि हम एक्टर्स है ना.
Absolutely.
कभी एक बार नहीं होता, हम बोलते हैं नहीं दूसरी बार और बेटर देंगे सर. वो उम्मीद तो अपने आप से यही होती है. कई बार आप तीसरी चौथी टेक देते हो, मुझे दिन कोई शौक नहीं. बट सेकेंड टेक, but I've realized my second take today is about retaliating again, for standing up again. So I still stick to a take 2 because I have retaliated again, and I've stood up much faster than I stood up last time.
Absolutely.
And I'm very proud of myself. मेरे में गलती थी, उसमें गलती थी, क्या थी वो आप लोग करते रहो. आप लोगों के पास बड़ा टाइम है, मुझे अपने बेटे को देखना है, मुझे हील होना है, मुझे आगे बढ़ना है अपनी ज़िंदगी में. लेकिन हाँ, मैं बहुत फेथ, बहुत प्यार और उम्मीद के साथ गई थी. हर चीज़ को इरेज करके यहाँ से, और एक अपने ब्लैक बोर्ड को वहाँ लेके गई थी कि मैं कुछ शुरुआत करूँगी. बट लाइक आई सेड, आई शुडंट हैव बीन द ऑडियंस. बहुत थे दुनिया में, शायद बिना बच्चे के होते, यू नो, यू कुड हैव एक्सपेरिमेंटेड दैट कि लाए, नहीं पसंद आया, फेंक दिया, व्हाटएवर. शुडंट हैव हैपेंड.
But now comes the more important part of the question. जब लोग बोलते हैं कि आपकी 2 शादियाँ टूटी है इसलिए आप में गलती है, उनकी भी 2 शादियाँ टूटी है. Do you feel that that gets overlooked? Because not many people even knew that he also had a divorce before he got married. Like I'm being honest, even at the wedding, I knew possibly, but I didn't know that this is why the divorce happened or whatever. I didn't know the details of it, and I didn't know it till everything was out now.
Actually मैटर ही नहीं करता. मैं सच्ची बताऊं, the way he has acted out in the whole thing talks about the dignified person that he's turned out to be. I think my love for him, which was obviously a lot, like I said, I was an excited child, it kept crashing, and like he's made sure it's all like scraped one by one, and in a very, very bad way. Because the way he acted out, whether it was splashing his girlfriend, whether now also splashing his ring, or putting a statement, I'm throwing your things, or the charity, or it's not a marriage, it's a this, and my daughter, you didn't take the consent, so child abuse, because मैंने marriage video डाला है. The way he's acted out, one after the other, I have retaliated. I'll completely own that. That was my only choice, honestly, that time. I feel so ashamed that I trusted somebody like that. I feel ashamed. It's a cringe feeling in my head, if I may say so. That really, 45-year-old gentleman, like touching 46. Let's assume you're going to live a 90. Maybe half your life is over, maybe more.
Yeah.
And you have kids looking up to you. You have yours, I have mine. You don't have to do nothing to Jaden, I'll take care. But why? Like, why? It's so, like, there's so many questions in my head that might never get answered, but I'm okay now.
Today you've come to this point, right?
Yeah.
Where you've come to this point of acceptance.
Yeah.
I remember the first few months when you were not ready to speak.
Yeah.
It was also because you were also not being able to come to terms with what has happened to you, right?
Yeah.
You've gone through it one time before, and you said that you've derived that strength and you've acted faster this time.
Yeah.
But do you feel that what happened to you last time was nothing compared to what happened to you this time? It's almost like no acknowledgement to whatever was between the two of you.
You can't compare. I was 30 then, a new mother, still healing my cesarean stitches. And not for sympathy, it's a fact. Now I was 9 years in, living the loneliness, or wanting a father, wanting a husband, wanting to go on vacays and all of that. Now it hurts more because he knew what I've been through. I think it's just more criminal that way. If I know you're hurting and I choose to hit only that, that's my problem. Whether it was worse then, it was very bad then. Even today, if somebody talks about it, I've never spoken about it, but it hits me every time. And that's why this person comes out that, don't call me your best friend, don't do. Because I know what happened, and it's not been easy, dude. I've not spoken, not because it's for my son. I'm being so selfish. Even now, I will not give you the details because it's for my son. He's going to grow up to see this. So it all comes down to, it's not about who was worse or who was not. This might be more criminal right now because he knew I was hurting. He knew my journey. He knew this is the betrayal, this is the this is the hurt, this is the whatever. And then you've come and slashed all of that again. Like what?
And he's also brought it up in so many words, right? He has constantly nudged on the fact that you're doing the same thing that you did to your ex-husband.
Oh, I'm so proud that I did. Oh my God. I am so proud I did exactly the same thing. I am so proud that I didn't get scared again. Yes, I did. It was wrong then, in every given word, and it is wrong now.
Yeah.
It doesn't different. The difference is not because अरे second time हो रहा है तो चुप कर जाओ. No.
You know, abuse of any kind is not like acceptable.
Yes.
Did you ever in this relationship feel like verbally or physically abused?
I wouldn't want to get into the details. Like I said, I don't want to let the details out. My children are involved. I would not do that.
Do you feel like any of that, because Jaden was really young.
Yeah.
This time he has understanding of things.
Yes.
And you know, any child who has seen two different families growing up,
Yeah.
they already have a basic understanding of that. And their life choices also are governed by a lot. Like they say that kids coming from broken families have literal different strengths to deal with and literal different weaknesses to deal with as well.
Yeah.
Do you feel that this time it has affected him more? Because of course he's out there? And did he see you
100%.
go through any of the pain, any of the abuse?
Yeah, I saw him and he saw me. Let's just put it like that. He was protecting me, I was protecting him. And yes, it's my son going through therapy at a tender age of 10. For what? He wanted a dad. He wanted a family. He would go going didi, didi, didi all the time because he was craving that. And then this is what you guys do. Like, come on. Come on. And then be the man. Take that flight here. Sit down. It was a marriage, dude. You know it, I know it. You say whatever you want to say. You got married to me that day. In front of the whole world. Enjoyed the whole press conference and
Yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
and Mrs. Patel. You enjoyed. Tabhi rectify kar dena chahita. No, don't call us Mr. and Mrs. We're not married. It's an event. She's still a Dalljiet. No, there's no Patel, nothing. Tabhi rectify karna chahita. Tab aapko to you enjoyed the whole shoshabaji of it, no? Now my point again is very simple. What you did to my son or me, वो तो एक अलग कहानी हो गई. You made a mockery out of the whole thing. Who at a 45 splashes the girlfriend? Who does that? That's so lame. And then you choose to have your birthday in India. Then you come all the way here with your girlfriend. Are you insane? What are you doing? You're trying to do this to me. And then saying, देख कितना बोलती है. अरे यार देख कितना करिए. You're nudging me. I'm hurt. I'm bleeding. Stop. You're doing this. Of course I'm retaliating. I might retaliate in the rightest of the grammars or worst or I don't know. But that time it was me ferocious trying to be like, you know what? Like I was doing all of that. But it's just not done. Just stop. Dude, there's a whole world to celebrate your 45th. Why would you come to India? Like, please give me another answer to that, you know? So, it's been criminal, is all I'm going to say. And yes, I retaliated the second time and I'm so proud of myself.
Absolutely, and why not? If any woman or a man goes through this in their relationships,
Please speak
forget
up.
marriage. Of course, you have to speak up. Today is
Yes.
the time where voices are gonna be heard. There will be two different sides to a story, but you have to put your side of the story as well,
Yeah.
without any sense of fear. And I feel that when was the point where you decided that no, I have had enough? You got married in March. You knew him for almost a year before your marriage, and then you decided to like come back. And did you come back for good? Did you really say that I'm never gonna come back to Kenya when you came back in January?
In a husband-wife anger, I remember my mom or I know my sisters, मैं जा रही हूँ, मेरे पीछे मत आना मेरे. I'm angry, right? I will say that to you. I will not say, you know what, I love you, but I'm angry with you. When I'm angry. And you've done, thankfully needs the wrong word. In a very real way, you've done a lot of things, which comes down to this in a very obvious way. And you know that you're cornered because you can see you're wrong. चलो, मैं गुस्सा हूँ, मैंने बोला मैं जा रही हूँ. कितने सूटकेसेस? 4 सूटकेसेस लेकर आई हूँ. 20-22 डब्बे अभी भी केन्या में. मैं घर छोड़ के शिपमेंट करा के नहीं आई थी. एक एंग्री वाइफ यही बोलकर आई थी मैं जा रही हूँ. You know what? I don't know what to do. I'm taking my son. Yes, I came back. I didn't speak about our marriage the moment I landed. I spoke about I want to work. Women should work. Because I didn't know how to dodge it. I didn't want to speak about it because I was shit scared. And one part of me inside was that angry wife waiting for my husband to come and patao me and fix it. Sit with the family and say, no, you did this wrong. I am doing this. Fix it. Take that one flight on the name of cultural event / marriage / whatever.
Just love.
Humanity. You
Absolutely.
plucked this person. You plucked her. You were sitting in the comfort of your rented house. I'm sorry, I'm going to put it out so strongly. You're sitting there. आप वही kitchen जा रहे हो, वही घर जा रहे हो. मैं उस घर में 2-2 महीने तक, 3-3 महीने तक paintings बना रही हूँ. I'm owning that house. आप travel कर रहे हो 15-20 दिन. I'm doing all of that to own that house, to, you know, and taking care of your daughter. Never spoken to her. Anyways. But what do? You take that first flight with your girlfriend. That's your level of maturity and dignity and whatever Western culture you are from. Are you serious?
But if I may ask, what was the point where you
Please, I don't know.
decided to like just come back?
No, I came back. A lot of things were happening, and of course, the anger went to a level where I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to my parents right now. I need time to think. I'm not getting it, and I'm going. I am never coming, I'm going. I was very angry. But that morning, when I was leaving, I hugged him. I was crying, I hugged him, I hugged Ari. Any person will know it's not an angry wife. Like, stop me. You know, एक होता ना कि रोक मुझे, नहीं हुआ. My flight didn't take off that day. Something happened, technical issue. I was 10 minutes away from his house. I obviously, because I was angry, I didn't want to come back. It was like, ये क्या anticlimax हो गया. I went to my friend's house. It was 10 minutes away. It took him 2 days to reach there. वहीं से मना लेता. Anyways, whatever. The point is, then I came here. And we were in touch. We were constantly in touch on video calls, voice calls, talking about couple therapy, long distance relation. We're trying to think, at least I am being told.
A way out of this.
A way out. And we are talking about it. And there are times when I'm saying, no, I don't want to make this work because I can see that he's putting conditions which are clearly something that's not going to work. But all of that is happening while he's creating an option. That is like, what?
No, but during those video calls, it was also accused that you apparently have been verbally abusive with him.
You're doing something wrong to me and you better fix it. Oh my God, it's so abusive. So that's the level of abusing? Sure. What abusive? मुझे गाली के नाम पे bloody बोलना आता है. That's the worst गाली. And they all know me for how many years. कभी मेरे मुंह से कोई गाली सुनी. And I don't want validation from anyone. I was angry. Yes, I was. He was doing a lot of things there which was so unfair. I wanted him to be fair to my child, to me.
Did he cheat on you when you were in Kenya?
I had glimpses of the fact that I probably had suspicion, like he had a thing of keeping the mobile like that. And I used to be like, what are you doing? And he would give me everything was clean. So I didn't see anything. But I think it started there, but I never ever caught him. Ever. But now it kind of makes sense.
When did you realize or when did you get to know that?
When somebody clicked a picture of him here and I see it and I'm like, is this my husband with another girl? What? Heard of it, saw him splashing, all of that was anyways multiplying. And then you terrorize me by coming to my country. With her, what did you come here for? To click a picture in front of Gateway of India, say best 45th ever. That's what you wanted to do now. What else would you come here for? You clearly didn't come here to talk to me because you were accompanied by her. Then why would you come? Because you came together. I have footage of them coming from the airport also, which they didn't release apparently. Somebody actually spotted them at the airport, not here.
But when the spotting happened and the world got to know that he was here, I remember that there was I think Vicky Lalwani had done that story. And I had seen that and Vicky sir का मैंने वो देखा भी था story. मुझे तब पता चला था honestly.
मुझे भी तभी पता चला.
But मुझे एक चीज बताओ कि उससे पहले उससे कितने दिन पहले तक आप लोगों की बातें हो रही थी to like at least
first
remedify and you know maybe just make sure alter something and make this work?
I think very soon he came to know that he'll have to do justice and he'll have to be like unbiased or whatever, which he was not willing to do. He knew that that's not something I want to do. He decided that suddenly after the marriage. And I came to know from those SNs or whatever that he was doing on the WhatsApp, the Instagram, where people started telling me, ye kya hai, you know, like how everybody is very curious, obviously. So then I said, ye kya hai? Haan, ye kya hai? Then I understood. Then I put everything together. And now, of course, I know the girlfriend's name, so it kind of makes sense.
But did you know her even when you
No, I didn't. And for all I care, like he had somebody else before and now I don't know. But in 10 months, what, like 4 months of me coming, you're like, what are we, 20? My thing is, okay, fine, like do you, man. But at 20, and then you're coming to India, and then you're putting SNI, you heal me, oh, what are you doing? There are children involved, dude.
There's a case that is filed, but
oh yeah,
he's avoiding the dates. Is that
his? So SN, some girl wrongly was so I think he had deleted his girlfriend till then. So somebody else with the same initials were mistaken to be that girl, and everybody hounded her, and she had to be out of it. And I've apologized, and I'll apologize again publicly to that girl. Never meant that to happen, and I didn't do it, to be fair. But that girl, of course, kind of got into this whole fire in the midline or whatever. So she sent me the first this thing of, you know, we are going to sue you, like take out, I'd written somewhere SN, so I took it out. I said, anyways, even if she was the girlfriend, that's not the point. It's her journey to take, whoever the girlfriend is, her problem and not mine. But after that, he sent the first thing where the legality started, where he said, I'm going to throw your things. And it was not marriage. It's going to charity. It's going to throw away or something like that. So I went to Kenya to say, you can't do this. And I went on the scheduled time much before that. When I reached there, he didn't let me enter the house. And then I came to know the stuff is already gone. He didn't wait for me to come and take it. He was telling here in his PR statements. It's amazing how he has a PR now. His PR statement said that if you don't pick it up till now, till this, and then repetitively, he's harassing my family, my mother, my sister, my friend, my dress dada who was at the group of the wedding so called, उनको तक गया है कि इसको बोलो अपना सामान लेके जाए, नहीं तो मैं फेंक दूंगा, सामान लेके जाए फेंक दूंगा. He sent that on multiple groups, people who don't even know me. My PR people are getting notices. I said, hold on, you're harassing everybody. Of course you're trying to humiliate. नहीं तो कोई भी legal language में will throw away your things, will charity, कोई नहीं बोलता. But that is him, clearly. So वहाँ से शुरू हुआ. Then I went to Kenya. Then he didn't allow me. Then I had to get a police thing done. Then I had to get a safety. मतलब मैंने obviously stay order लिया कि मेरा सामान मत फेंकना. But वो फेंक चुका था already. फेंक as in storage में जा चुका था without my consent, without me packing it the way I would have packed. It's literally everything is just there. I saw the video. It just breaks my heart. मैं इतने प्यार से जो पैक किया था ट्रूजो के जैसे जो किया. But anyways. And then you know how he just painted the wall and subtle art of caring a fuck book को forefront में डाल के आप वो wall पे डाल रहे हो. Obviously I understand कि किसी ना किसी दिन तो तुम paint कर दोगे, तुम तो बहुत जल्दी में हो to get somebody. I get it. But the idea of doing this, I don't understand. आपने paint किया, फिर आप एक book रख रहे हो सामने, subtle art of caring a fuck, और फिर आप picture खींच रहे हो. What? What are you, 10? Teenager. My family is here. You got married to me in front of my whole family. You know, it's astonished me the way that man has been in this journey. Just speaks more and more about him, honestly, more than anything else. But of course, I've retaliated. उसके बाद फिर कुछ हुआ, फिर then he came here. Yeah, that's when the FIR happened. I had not done any case on him in India till then. And I was too busy taking care of myself and Jaden and trying to wake up not feeling uncomfortable and not having panic attacks. The day I got up and suddenly I see Vicky's thing and I'm like, what the actual hell? And then my family was like, no, this is it. And तब हमने FIR किया.
How did the family react to it this time?
They're ashamed. Ashamed to the level that, you know what? This is not done. So FIR किया. Obviously I had to safeguard myself because ऐसे तो घर में घुसते जा रहा है भाई, वहाँ पे इतना गलत किया, अब मैं वहाँ पे गई तो मेरा सामान फेंक दिया, अब मैं वहाँ से यहाँ आ गई हूँ, अब अपने घर में रो रही हूँ. मैं अपने इमोशनल रील डालूँ, जो भी मेरा वेंट आउट स्टेज है, मैं आपके घर में नहीं घुस रही भाई, आप मेरे घर में आ रहे हो और जानबूझ के आके आप किसको लेकर आ रहे हो. And in what, 4 months of me coming here, 5 months, you'll get her. And then they're saying, oh, it's photoshopped. And then his family members are using abusive words. His girlfriend is messaging me, I'm going to sue you. And I'm like, please sue me. Please challenge. I would like you to challenge the footage that they have. It's not me. I to came to know and my FIR has been accepted because in India, I got married to you. So my FIR, my senior inspector told me कि registration तो मैम आज तक हमारी भी नहीं हुई, हम इंडिया से बाहर जाते नहीं, कोई हमारे शादी को चैलेंज करेगा क्या? प्रूफ है ना, ऐसे शादी हुई है सर.
But आपके पास documents है, right, of the marriage certificate and everything.
Why did you say I was married?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to that. That do you feel like today the case that he's fighting, where he's considering this marriage null and void, and you're fighting a case eventually?
I am
do you
fighting
feel that
a
will
case.
Go against you?
It can't, no. In India, I got married. आप इंडिया आए, या तो मैं लंदन में किसी चर्च में कोई शादी करती उनके विधि विधान से, और मैं उसको बोलती मैंने शादी की. मैं तो श्योर हूँ मैंने शादी की भाई, इसमें तो कोई दो राय है ही नहीं. आपने सिंदूर भरा, मुझे लेके गए भाई, आपने मुझसे शादी की. इससे ज्यादा शादी क्या होती है?
True.
और उनकी मदर ने प्रॉपर हर चीज वाज रन बाय हर. शादी में ये होना चाहिए, ऐसा होता है गुजराती में, ये धागा तब ये टूट, ये वो. It was as शादी as it gets. In India, if I have to even मतलब challenge that it was a wedding, it's a slap on Indian culture and traditions. हम तो grow up हुए हैं यार. मैं तो सबकी बधाइयों पे रोई हूँ. मेरी बधाई तो छोड़ दो, मैं तो दूसरों की बधाई जिनको शायद जानती भी नहीं, किसी दोस्त की, मैं तो कितना मतलब. Are you serious?
But people who have that mindset can always keep, backlogs. Like, these are very easy getaways, right? तो आज अगर वो चैलेंज करके ये प्रूव करे कि नहीं मेरी तो पहली शादी ही नहीं टूटी थी, और जो वो अभी बोल भी रहे हैं, राइट, कि मेरी पहली शादी ही नहीं टूटी थी, तो ऐसे null and void हो जाता है with laws and everything. Do you feel that is something where you were played, of course from your perspective, but do you feel that can work against you in terms of law?
I don't think so. It's not possible because I am an Indian person raised in my Indian culture, and in India this is as wedding as it gets. अब वो केन्या के लैंड में रह के फ्रॉड करना चाह रहा है या उसके इंटेंशंस ऑब्वियसली फॉर ऑब्वियस रीजंस बदल गए, वो तो लॉ कितना कौन अच्छा फाइट करेगा, जीतेंगे हारेंगे, इट्स अ सेपरेट थिंग. ऑनेस्टली नयन, अगर वो ये प्रूफ करता है कि शादी नहीं है तो भी शेम ऑन हिम. अगर प्रूफ हो जाती है कि शादी है और उसने ये बोला तो भी शेम ऑन. लेट्स जस्ट पुट इट एज ब्लेटेंट एज दैट.
Absolutely.
सो प्रूफ कर लो. कैसे करोगे आप? इंडिया में आके हमारे पंडित जी ने शादी की है, आपके प्रीस्ट या फादर ने नहीं की. एवरीथिंग वाज डन टू द टी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ योर प्रोमिसेस, योर एवरीथिंग. ऑब्वियसली अच्छा, अगर ये शादी नहीं थी तो आपको इंडिया में काम जाम इवेंट कर ही लेते. मैं तो कह रही हूँ कल्चरल इवेंट ही कर लेते. उस जो भी स्टेटमेंट में लिखा है कि कल्चरल इवेंट किया कि मेरे पेरेंट्स कन्विंस हो, मेरे पेरेंट्स भेजेंगे क्या मिस्ट्रेस बना के? कोई भी फादर, आप मेरे डैड को तो जानते हो, आप क्या बना के लेके गए मुझे? कल्चरल इवेंट किया और मेरे पेरेंट्स ने भेज दिया मेरे बेटे के साथ, आपके साथ. Like, can you complete the sentence? It's so stupid to say that.
But Daljit, knowing you, you have a very strong face in front of everybody.
Yeah.
But there are, of course, moments of weakness. There are moments of vulnerability as well. I'll go back to that video which you were talking about when you were going through your first marriage breaking. And there was this video where you were carrying Jaden. It's still there on the internet, and you have had to talk about what you're going through, and you're trying to hold back your tears and you can't, right?
Yeah.
This time I see a more powerful Daljit, but somehow, somewhere I know that, and anybody who has met you, has known you even briefly, would know that you're trying to hide it.
Yeah.
You're trying to hide a lot of that pain, a lot of that angst.
Yeah.
How do you let out then? Don't you feel sometimes that because you're trying to push in so much inside, do you sometimes feel a lot more overwhelmed and bottled up with emotions?
100%. I mean, I am somebody who will not let my son watch this video with me crying. So I will not cry. I will cry when he's in school. I will cry my heart out. I'll talk to my therapist, cry like a clown. But I will not cry in front of the camera. Because this is being recorded. This will go. Someday my son will see it. He would rather see a fighting mother who fought like she meant it, like a man, than somebody who cried. And I'm not denying I cry. Like I said, I went through therapy. I cry. My first vlog, I started travel vlogging. And My Soul in My Suitcase.
Yes.
My first episode, when you see,
I have.
I'm swollen. It's not just fat, it's swelling on my face. Because I've not slept, I've cried, I've eaten like crazy and cried again. It's showing, and that's probably the closest of what he's going to see for me in my weekdays. But I will never cry.
But you also feel like today, the stage and space that your son has seen you in, he will grow up knowing what is right and what is wrong for sure as a man.
I am so proud of Jaden. The way he has held himself, and I will not be wrong saying the way he's held me through this. Mommy, you're the best father I can have. You're the best dad. And he means it. And that strength, ab realize hota hai ki haan yaar, I'm raising a man also, yeah. And he is going to be so amazing with the women in his life.
Listen, I have seen him extremely protective of you because
Yeah.
I knew that we were all busy enjoying and he was caring about when you're gonna eat. And I've seen that with my own eyes. Like that was the only time I've met Jaden at Ankita's wedding, and
Yeah.
back to back we met. And
Yeah,
every
3
day he
days.
would care about when are you eating, if you're
Yeah.
eating on time,
Yeah.
if you're eating properly. You were caring about him as well.
Yeah.
And I'll remember him as the person with the strawberries because he loves it.
Oh my God, you remember.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of
he
course.
is.
बट दलजीत जब ऐसी चीजें होती है ना, एक तो वही था कि लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने जब बात की थी, यू आर ऑलमोस्ट जस्ट in that whole space where you're giving love a second chance, because you
Yeah.
told me that I'm flying to Kenya, so I could
I
now
was so
understand why
scared.
you were going back to Kenya at that point. But today, do you think you've, like, because of the experiences, there's a part of you that has shut doors on love, especially romance?
Oh, 100%. My God. There's nothing called love, I feel. If I can love my son, I'm okay with that. Like right now, love is a cringe word. Like, I don't think so. I think it comes with calculations. ये YouTube करेगी, कमाएगी, ये करेगी, ऐसा होगा, अच्छा होगा, ये आएगी तो मुझे fame मिलेगा, ये होगा. I don't know what calculations. आजकल I don't think it's about she'll come, my family will be complete. It'll be so amazing to have kids and let's like treat my kids equally and have a great time together. I don't think वो है. It doesn't exist, or I have been very particular about attracting these people only. I don't know, maybe I have a magnifying glass to these people, but as of now, oh my God, no. Oh my God, love, man, don't want nothing. I'm so broken right now on so many levels that the only thing that matters in my life is to take care of my son, to make a better life than I ever had, to be much more successful than I ever was. And that's my only aim now, nothing else.
And today, after so many years, you are at least in a space because of Jaden where you are at least polite and cordial with your other ex, right? Do you ever feel that with your second husband you will ever reach that stage or space?
See, with my ex also, there is zero communication since about a year or maybe more. He hasn't really reached out or asked, so I don't have any communication. But tried to be amicable with him for 9 years. Every time he would ask meeting Jaden, I've never refused. Very happily actually made him meet him because I thought that was good for Jaden. Let's just put it like that. I was very selfish like that. I was more than happy him meeting Jaden. But now, this one, just on human levels, I'm just so disappointed in these men, if I might say. That what, you don't want to check out on your son, like check on your son how he's doing, like don't you want to just know what happened from the horse's mouth? You have my number, the world wants to know, you don't want to know. But that's again his karma, mate, follow his path ahead. So I'm disappointed in these men, and if there are more such men, I'm not curious to know.
So he has never reached out in the last 1 year, even to meet Jaden?
No, not a single message. And it was always a pattern. He would reach out because I met him. I made it a point for him to meet Nikhil and whatever, Millu and this and that. You come to Kenya, stay with us. Jaden ke liye acha hai and all of that. Yeah, all of that. And then, gayab. Ki palla chhad gaya, gayi. He never reached out. And I didn't reach out too because it felt like really, sure, okay.
Did Jaden ever ask this question?
Very less, but yeah, kind of. But it just felt like he didn't want to ask because he used to always, like, once in a while at least reach out. But I thought maybe it was a better deal for him, for me, ki chalo chali gayi, ab matlab tala types. So, but theek hai.
But finally, I will ask you this, that what is the outcome that as Daljeet, as a woman of today, as a mother of Jaden, that you are expecting law to take? Like, is there anything that you feel, whatever you've been through, is there anything that you feel the need to be compensated for? And in what ways would you feel that this has been a victory, not just for you, but for all those other women who actually are voiceless about their pain because they don't have the independence, or let me correctly say, financial independence to walk out of their marriages or bad relationships?
I think as a woman and as a mother, I would say, like I started this interview with, please speak when something wrong is happening. Do not wait for the hurt to get infected and operated on and surgeries to be done on. When the hurt is happening, speak about it, ask for help. And I have seen a lot of young and women of my age go through it because society क्या बोलेगी, बोलेंगे लड़की में ही कमी है. जिनको बोलना है बोलने दो. There's literally one life. But for me, it really matters that if I could reach to that one house in right now in this interview, and one woman or one man out there going through something thinks, yaar, मैं भी बोलूँगा, I am sorted. Like that's all that I could contribute in, because honestly, I am such a mess. I don't think I am eligible enough to be an inspiration for anybody. I am a mess right now, trying to figure out. My stuff right now also is in Kenya. I still don't have my shots, or I don't have my like stuff that I need on daily basis. It's all there. I'm still living out of a suitcase. That's why my soul in my suitcase. It's a fact.
But today, as an actor, when you have given up almost a year and a half, given up, and you actually almost said that I'm leaving and I'm going.
Yeah.
It's difficult to find work, right?
Yeah.
So don't you feel emotionally and financially being like the need to be compensated for at all?
Compensation should start with an actual apology. That flight should have been taken. My fight on what money they're going to give, yeah, I'll earn. You want to give the money, that should be given because it will hurt you. Or whatever the compensation that, you felt you were punished. Whatever the law decides, that's fine. But that apology is due. So due. He needed to get on that flight alone to sit with my dad, who packed my bags till the time I got back to Kenya, to sit with my mom, to whatever. I deserve an apology, not a stupid PR statement. Like, it's amazing how he has a PR today to give me this bullshit of charity and I'll throw your things. So I deserve an apology. That's the compensation I need, like, right? If you ask me now, like, pick the call me. No,
I hope it comes. And
Thank you.
Honestly speaking, thank you, because it takes insane amount of courage to come out and share your story.
Yeah,
and I'm
thank
going to tell you this, that to many women out there, your story will serve as a story of strength and bravado, because like I said, it really takes balls to come out and speak the way you do. And sometimes some women, most women should, but ideally some women like you've got more balls than men.
100%.
And thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nayan.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Milky Mist Premium Ice Cream.